Hello everyone. Apparently recording me saying nothing while I drew pictures broke my camera's microphone. So now I'm trying this new microphone. Just like an Ace Reporter album in the field. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to Amy's video on Fridays, where we give you only the top most important stories of whatever Jill decides at the beginning of the week. Now, we already discussed travels. Vacation often overlaps with travels. That does not mean that they are the same thing. And I decided, when we talk about more than one thing, since I already told you all about my travels, that today I would discuss the philosophical concept of vacation. Or something slightly less stuck up than that. Several years ago, when my sister took her first vacation with her soon-to-be in-laws, she came home and announced proudly, excitedly to everyone, guess what? Their idea of vacation is to go to a beach house and stay there and do nothing all week. It was wonderful. The really ironic thing about this statement is that my sister is the only extrovert in our family. My parents, also rather quiet people. They like people, but they're not going to go out of their way to a party. My brother, on the other hand, will bring his computer to a party and sit in the corner and stare at it the entire time. Well, anyway, my sister, on the other hand, she's a party person. She's a go-out person. She's all excited about that, but she liked the idea of a sit-and-do-nothing vacation, which was something our family rarely did. Our family vacations were usually road trips. There were road trips that stopped. I already mentioned this in the travel one. They were road trips that stopped at every Civil War battlefield on the way and any other historical site of interest. We didn't, stay in a resort or anything. We usually stayed with relatives. So most of our travels went to Florida or Missouri, depending on where my grandparents lived at the time. And then anywhere we go, we would tour. We had to see what that city had to offer. And personally, I love this. I'd rather do tourism than shopping or I don't know, checking out the nightclub scene of other places. And I really want my children to experience that kind of crazy road trip, touring places, exploring places, discovering new things, thing as well. But I've really felt, since becoming a mother, as that I could go for one of those sitting and doing nothing for a week's vacations, too. Except, in order for it to work, I would have to go alone. Not my husband, not my kids, not even my friends. I got this in the mail a few months ago. It is the Highlights Foundation's Workshops for Writers. And you might remember Highlights. It's that magazine that was in every doctor's office you've ever been to. They're also a full-blown publishing house. They've got this camp up in the Poconos, and they have all their writers' workshops there. Some of the writers' workshops are not workshops as much as retreats. And I've decided this is what I want for my next birthday, Christmas, whatever. It starts next week, so obviously I'm too late to participate. Yeah, like you can see anything here. Let me read it to you. Guided Retreat, Writer in Residence, July 1st through July 7th, 2013. I like the 20s. We gotta go with the 20s now. Tuition, $1,295. I don't have that at the moment, but that is probably reasonable for a week-long vacation. Maybe even more than reasonable. It's just probably my family would be insulted that I wanted to go on vacation without them and was going to spend that much without taking them on vacation. So that's why I've put it on my wish list. You can all chip in together. If everyone who knows me vaguely chips in $5, I'm not really sure how well that will get us, but it might work. This guided retreat offers time to write and more. Enjoy early morning yoga sessions in the barn by the creek, one-on-ones, plenty of time to write, and time over meals to relax with other participants. Go from yoga straight to quiet time and writing with a simple breakfast in your cabin. Morning will be a quiet, uninterrupted writing time. Begins with dinner on Monday, July 1st, and ends with breakfast on Sunday, July 7th. Me going out into the woods, into a cabin, and living by myself. Every morning, I have someone guiding me through yoga, which, if you recall from last week's video, is a great way to get me moving, to get me feeling like I can do things instead of just sit not doing things, which is a great way to start off my morning if I'm then going to accomplish anything. And it's not even so much writing as much as letting my brain breathe. Going out to find myself in the woods on Walden Pond, except it's not on Walden Pond. And the best part of this begins with dinner and ends with breakfast. Somebody else is providing all the food. I don't have to make it for anyone. I don't have to listen to people complain that it's not what they wanted. I don't have to cut it up for anyone ahead of time. I can deal with that. Don't get me anything else. Chip in together. Get me a writing retreat. No. Get me a retreat in the woods by myself where other people cook for me and people make me do yoga first thing in the morning. And then nothing else. If I can have this, I may just have my sanity back. Thanks, that's all I have to say. So, thank you. Alright, I will see you next week. Don't forget about Edie's blog. That counts.